Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my tutorial channel. It's Dania here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to construct a confidence interval for a population mean mu when sigma is known using the calculator TI-84. Usually for confidence interval for mu when sigma is known, you might be dealing with either the problem when you are given the sample statistics or when you are given the data set. And either way, you will have to use z-interval function on the calculator. So now let's take a look at the first type given the sample statistics. Consider this example. A sample of size n is equal to 80 is drawn from a normal population whose standard deviation is 6.8. The sample mean is 40.41. Construct a 90% confidence interval for mu. So in this problem, we are given a couple information, right? We have 80, 6.8, 40.41, 90%. So here 40.41 represents the sample mean, and it is notated as x bar. The sample size n is equal to 80. The population standard deviation sigma is 6.8, and the level of confidence is 90%. So we need these four information to construct the confidence interval. And because sigma here is given, so we are working with standard normal distribution. That's why we have to use z-interval. Z represents for standard normal distribution, and it is used when sigma is known, and interval means confidence interval. So now let's take a look at the calculator. So this is the calculator TI-84-CE, and on the left side you see we have the calculator, and on the right side we have the screen. So we want to construct the confidence interval. We need to go to stat. So let's hit stat here, and you see on the first line we have three options: either edit, calculate, or test. So go ahead and hit on test. Hit on test by moving to the right. You see here there is a navigation button right here, so click on the right button to move to test. And when you go to test, you see under the test we have couple options, and I want you to go for z-interval at option number 7. So we move the calculator down 7 option to option number 7, that is z-interval, and then we hit enter right here. We hit enter, and when we hit enter, you see that there are two options here, either dataset or stats. Remember at the beginning I introduced two types of problem. One problem is when you are given the stat, and one problem is when you are given the dataset. Here the first type we are working on stat, so go ahead and hit on stat. You can either move to the left or move to the right to choose the right option. Here I want you to choose stats, so go ahead and hit enter. Hit enter. Enter is at the bottom bottom right here. So hit enter, and then go down to sigma. Remember when we summarize the question, sigma is given at 6.8. So go ahead and enter 6.8, and then use the navigation button to move down. The next slide is asked for x bar, and x bar here is 40.41. So enter 40.41. And then the next number, let's move down. The next number is the sample size. The sample size here is given at 80. So go ahead and enter 80. And then the confidence level. Here the question asks to construct the 90% confidence interval. So the confidence level should be 0.90. So it should be 0.90. And then move to calculate and hit enter. So now we got the confidence interval. the Z interval give the result that is 39.159 for the lower bound and 41.661 for the upper bound. So this is the 90% confidence interval of the problem for the population mean of the problem. So that was the first type of confidence interval using Z interval. The second type is given the dataset. So let's consider this example. A random sample of 12 ounce milkshakes from 14 fast food restaurants had the following numbers of calories. Assume that the population's innovation is 90. Here I highlighted 90. And the population is approximately normal. Construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean number of calories for all 12 ounce milkshakes sold at the fast food restaurant. And here we are given a data set of 12 ounce milkshakes sold at the fast food restaurant. For this problem, some people might think 12 is a small sample size, so we cannot use the Z interval. However, if you read carefully, we have one piece of information here, that is the population is approximately normal. So when the original population is already approximately normal, we do not need the sample size to be at least 30. So the central limit theorem is met for this problem. Now from this problem, we see that we are not given the sample mean, we are not given the sample size. The sample size here is 12. We're not given the sample mean, but we are given the data set. You see that? And the question asks to construct the confidence interval 95%. And we can see here the innovation is given as 90. Since the sigma is given as 90, we use Z interval. And now let's take a look at the calculator. So welcome back to my calculator again. So for the second type of the problem, before we go to the Z interval, we have to enter the data set first. So right here, you see this is a stat, right? So hit on stat, and on the top, we have three options, right? The first option is to input the data set, and we go for edit, so go ahead and hit enter. When you hit enter, we see there are a couple of columns, right? So for the first data set, you have to enter the first data set into L1. Do not enter data set into L2 when L1 is blank. So I repeat, just enter L2 when L1 is full of number. But L1, when L1 is empty, do not enter information into L2. So now the first step, we have to enter the data set into L1. The first number is 504, so I have 504 and then hit enter. The second number is 399, so it's 399, hit enter. The next number is 580, 580, hit enter. Next number is 476, so 476, hit enter. The next number is 450, so it's 450, hit enter. Next number is 591, 591, hit enter. Then 510, so 510, 510, hit enter. The next number is 700, so it's 700, hit enter. The next number is 608, so 608, hit enter. Next 472, 472, hit enter. The next number is 642, 642, hit enter. The next number is 613, 613, hit enter. The next number is 473, 473, hit enter. The next number is 375, 375, hit enter. And you see here, down here we have L1 with the 15 in the parentheses. The 15 in the parentheses means this is line 15. That means you have entered 14 numbers. And on the dataset, we have exactly 14 numbers. That means we didn't miss any number. So this is how you enter the dataset. Now we hit Start and choose Test. Right, so move to the right 2 unit. We got Test, and under the Test option, we have a bunch of options. Right, go ahead and choose number 7, Z interval. Here you either can move downward until you have option number 7, Z interval, or you can hit number 7 right here, and then you go automatically to Z interval. Now in the Z interval, you have 2 options representing for 2 type problems that we are working on, right? Either dataset or stat. The first type we was using stats. Now for the second type we have to use data because we are given data set. So hit on that, make sure the flashing black dot here is on data and hit enter. And then go down here, sigma. The first information they ask for is sigma. So for this problem, sigma is given as 90, right? Remember, sigma was given at 90. And the list here is L1. You see that the list is L1, frequency is 1, and the confidence interval is 0.95 because the question asks to construct the confidence interval 90%. And then we choose calculate and hit enter. So this is the confidence interval for the problems given in the second example. See that? So the 95% confidence interval for the mean for the population mean from the problem given in example 2 is 480.93 to 575.22. So that's how you use calculator to construct the confidence interval for this problem. So that is it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.